Have you ever had a draft where you're waffling all over, never get a clear signal of what colors you should be drafting, and end up with a pile of cards at the end rather than a deck? We're here to eliminate that from ever happening to you again. In this episode, we're learning how to prevent Trainwreck drafts. We'll be reviewing this past weekend's Arena Open Day 2 Draft 2 from YouTuber 3Omega. He found himself on the wrong side of a difficult draft that resulted in a train wreck, but by applying 3 principles, he could have ended up in a good deck. We'll first learn these principles, then show how to apply them during his draft. This is another one of those draft review episodes that tend to get thousands of views, and you're not going to want to miss this one. Prevent Trainwreck Drafts Level 1. Find a hint of a signal as quickly as possible in Pack 1, and stick to it until a stronger signal tells you otherwise. Sometimes you'll have drafts where no obvious signal presents itself in Pack 1. Relatively weak cards come pick after pick, and you're stuck picking favorites amongst studs. When viewing your options pick by pick, it can be tempting to waffle amongst your favorite card for that pick and convince yourself you're staying open since you're picking what you view as the best card in the pack. The key is to not view your options pick by pick and instead keep a mental, heck even a physical tally of notable colors amongst options in each pack. Once you notice any color trend, immediately weight that color higher and start taking even moderately weaker cards of that color over slightly more powerful cards of the other colors. If you see a card in a different color that's clearly a tier higher than the rest, that's a new, stronger signal, and you should immediately move into favoring that color. Speed of weighting a favorite color is important because it allows you to get deeper into a single color. Even if you end up fighting another player to your right for that color, you could have picked up enough cards of that color to make it playable as a base color. But if you waffle too much, you might lose your opportunity to fight for that color. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to fight for both of your colors. Check out the episode above if you want an explainer video on that concept. But you often should be willing to draft an open color and fight for a secondary color. Prevent Trainwreck Drafts Level 2. Use multicolor cards and dual lands as a signal to lean into a secondary color when your primary color is open. In a previous explainer video on how to find your open lane, we mentioned not to use signpost uncommons as a signal that the archetype is open. See the link up above for full details, but the summary is that the person to your right might be drafting one of the archetype's colors, and the person to their right the other color, making the archetype completely closed to you despite seeing the signpost uncommon. However, if you've already assessed one of the 2 colors of the archetype is open, seeing the signpost uncommon is a good signal that the other color of the archetype is also open. Prevent Trainwreck Drafts Level 3. Stick to your Pack 1 primary color assessment early in Pack 2, and otherwise lean into your secondary color assessments or preferred archetypes. If you haven't been able to find a single color that's likely open to your seat by the end of Pack 1, you're in trouble. That's because you're flying blind early in Pack 2. You need to be able to line up Pack 2's picks to colors you're more likely to see in Pack 3, which were the colors you saw come your way in Pack 1 due to the direction packs are passed. But knowing a primary color is open at the end of Pack 1 is easy. What's more difficult at the start of Pack 2 is identifying, again, as quickly as possible, a secondary color to pair with it. When a great card of your primary color is open, it's easy. Take that card knowing you'll play that color and delay the decision of your secondary color until a later pick makes a strong signal of what that secondary color should be. But early in Pack 2, when there's no great card of your primary color available, you need to make a decision. That decision should be informed by 2 pieces of information. 1, what were the top 2 secondary colors that were passed your way in Pack 1? Limit your choices to those colors. And 2, what 1 to 2 colors should you avoid pairing with your primary color because they leave you in a substantially weaker archetype? Avoid taking cards of those colors. Now this is the point in the video where I need to ask you to do your part to support our work. Our last draft review video grew our subscriber count by 20% this past week, and I want this draft review to grow it by 25%. Please hit the subscriber button down below to help us hit our goal. Or if you're already subscribed, hit the like button to ensure YouTube pushes the video out to more viewers, and back to our content. As we mentioned, here's a draft by 3Omega. He doesn't get very strong signals, and gets tripped up by not finding favorable directions quickly. We'll walk through his picks, explain how I'd make my picks in his seat by applying the principles of preventing Trainwreck drafts, and compare his final deck against ours at the end. Also, in our last draft review, one of our viewers commented with the suggestion to pause the draft video with the current pick options still showing on the screen while I give commentary to help viewers see the options. I appreciate the feedback and I'll try to do that in this video. Let's start the video.
Because I did 3-1 in the first draft, Single loss, I will be out here, but I would walk away with 5,000 gems if I don't get any wins. One win gets me 15k, and then of course it's cash prizes after that. I'm very nervous. Let's do it. I can even pause this while we wait for 24 people to join the queue. Alright, here we go. Another green rare open. That card's good, but I don't feel like it's on the same level as some of the other enduring creatures. I really like Fear of Isolation. I don't think I would ever take Withering Torment over Fear of Isolation or this Enduring Vitality. A couple of ticket booths or whatever. This pack is not that great, huh? Like, Unsettling Twins, Flesh Borer, I think are playable. Ticket booth's fine. There's an Expanse. I'm really close to taking this Fear of Isolation instead of the Vitality. I mean, it's still a 3/3 Vigilance for 3 that...
Yeah, not the greatest pack. I know some drafters are slamming Enduring Vitality, but it's just an okay card at a 56.3% win rate, which puts it in about on par with the 15th best common in the set. Yet there is one card in this pack I do like a lot, and it's the clear pick here, Fear of Isolation.
Trades and then gives you some value. Man, I kind of wish I'd taken the Fear. Immediately into another Fear here. Or could take Piggy Bank, try to do Gruul again. I guess this would be extra good if I can get, like, I don't know, spells to ramp to. Kind of feel like this is just the best card here. There's an Unable to Scream is fine. I don't think I take Say Its Name ever, just to cut green.
Fear of Isolation and Piggy Bank are the two standout cards. It's pick 2, and like we said, we want to try to identify trends as early as possible. I'm going to start a color tally in the upper right hand corner here. Add 1 to blue for Fear of Isolation and 1 to red for Piggy Bank. Fear of Isolation is better than Piggy Bank and follows our pick 1 Fear of Isolation, so let's take Fear of Isolation number 2 here.
Shardmage's Rescue could be pretty good. I'm not taking Skin Ripper here when I have blue and green as my first 2 picks. Kind of just want the Emergence. If we want to lean toward green a little bit, I feel like the Rescue would be okay, especially if I had taken 2 Fears in a row and then the Rescue. See if we could do blue-white enchantments. Eerie. It is recording, right? Yeah. Glimmerlight, solid too. I think I'll take the Emergence. Maybe Rescue's better to stay more open to other colors. I haven't had it a whole lot. Maybe even just one time.
Cards that are standouts are Shardmage's Rescue, Fear of Surveillance, Final Vengeance, Clockwork Percussionist, Monstrous Emergence, and Glimmerlight. It's too early to consider multicolored cards a signal until we are confident one of its colors is open. Add 2 to white, 1 to black, 1 to red, and 1 to green. They're all around the same tier of power. I do think Clockwork Percussionist is the most powerful card, but I know people are still not taking that card highly, so I wouldn't consider a standalone notable signal, but it's a fine pick. We see no blue cards, so it's time to rely on our color weights, and we see 3 at white and 2 at red. So if I were to choose a color, I consider taking the most open card of the favored color, which is actually Fear of Surveillance. I could see Shardmage's Rescue as technically slightly better in blue-white with our Fear of Isolations. However, there's another great card in that archetype that leaves us open to all archetypes, and that's Glimmerlight. I'm taking Glimmerlight for that reason.
Uncommon. Okay, now I really don't care about Anthropede. Stocked Researchers, whatever. I think same with Grand Entryway. I think I'm going to take a new color here in either the Torment or the Specialist. I do like this card. Just 4 mana, 4 power Menacer, and then some additional value there with like sacking extra things. I think this removal is just, I mean, it's good, instant speed, whatever hits any creature enchantment, but you lose the life. Single black pip is nice for, in terms of like arguing this versus murder.
Cards that stand out are Withering Torment, Diversion Specialist, Grand Entryway, Stocked Researcher, and Ticket Booth. Add 1 to black, 2 to red, 1 to white, and 1 to blue. With our red count at 4 and white count at 3, we want to take a red or white card. We could take Grand Entryway as it goes best in our blue-white deck, but notice that our blue count is tied for second to last, and the only thing that kept it from being last is Stocked Researcher, which isn't even that attractive. Diversion Specialist is only really good in red-black, and black is the other color tied for second to last. Ticket Booth is good in multiple decks, including red-white, which currently are our most open colors. Let's take Ticket Booth.
I think I'd rather play red, though, than black. If I am aggressive, I like Trial of Agony quite a bit. Fear of Abduction, I think this is a powerful card, but kind of awkward, like, because you need a creature to exile to cast this. I'm not a big fan of that. There's a lot of white in this pack, but a lot of, I mean, this is the only, like, this is, I guess, a signal. I feel like the other white cards here are whatever. Can I just pass that rescue as well?
Standouts include Fear of Abduction, Trial of Agony, Friendly Ghost ×2 and we'll count both, Twist Reality, and Bashful Beastie. Add 3 to white, 1 to red, 1 to blue, and 1 to green. We want to take a white or red card. Fear of Abduction is the most powerful card in the pack, but Friendly Ghost is close behind it. And Friendly Ghost goes better in a red-white deck that can want to play 16 lands and not get to 6 mana. I'm taking Friendly Ghost.
Huh. Now we got a couple of good black cards. I mean, our colors are still good here too. Gruul, I think. Fine. I think this card can be pretty powerful. I even have a way to tap it down with Vitality. This might be worth... Like, normally, you know, my chat tells me to stay away from the survival cards. I think this one can be a pretty strong one. We have a way to tap it right now. Might be better just to take, like, Manifest Dread or the artifact creature for, you know, Delirium stuff. Or even the land.
Rip Spawn Hunter is not a particularly good card, and it's in an archetype I'm looking to avoid. Notable cards include Stick Twister, Twist Reality, Murder, Ragged Playmate, and Manifest Dread. Add 2 to black, 1 to blue, 1 to red, 1 to green. The Stick Twister is the most powerful card in the pack. It's not so much more powerful than the rest to stand out as a clear signal. I'm limiting my picks to either Stick Twister as the best card, or Ragged Playmate as a card in my 2 most open colors. And I'm taking the Stick Twister.
I'm going to take Rip. This one that gives lands any color. And then mills, yeah. Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing yet. Feels like a late Final Vengeance. I don't think I want Twist Reality. The Survivors, whatever. Grand Entryway if I want to take another white card. Should we just pick our 5th color here? We're staying open, right?
Standout cards are Grand Entryway, Twist Reality, and Final Vengeance. Add 1 to white, 1 to blue, and 1 to black. I'm taking Final Vengeance as the best card. I'm starting to think black is more open.
These feel very whatever, too. Oh, no. I don't feel like I'm getting a signal here. When I'm more likely to play, like, Fear of Immobility? Chandelier, maybe? If I do a lot of Manifesting Dread? I think Chandelier could be good. I don't think I take this thing. Maybe. I guess I'll take... I don't like this at all.
Standout cards are Fear of Immobility, Don't Make a Sound, and Fanatic of the Harrowing. Add 1 to white, 1 to blue, 1 to black. I'm taking Fear of Immobility as the card in my most open color.
Beastie. Unsettling Twins I felt like was one of the better cards in this pack. And it came back, huh? I also had double ticket booth here. Could take the duel if we want to just stay open to some multicolor shenanigans. I really don't want to play green-white, but I think I would do it.
Standout cards are Friendly Ghost, Unsettling Twins, and Ticket Booth. Add 2 to white, 1 to red. Unsettling Twins is clearly the best card in the pack, and in my most open color. It's at this point I'm ready to lock into white as my primary color. Not favoring your most open colors to this point has 3 Omega more concerned about making playables. It's not too late to pivot into an open color, given you can pick it up in pack 2 and know you'll be past it in pack 3. That said, he doesn't have as much room to speculate on splashes or take dual lands at this point, whereas we do. Let's take Unsettling Twins.
I mean, now I take the duel? What is this thing? I don't want to play that.
There's basically no standout cards in this pack. Some would take Savior of the Small. It's just not a great card with a 50.8% win rate. But when there's no standout cards, it's a great time to pick up Fixing. There are 2 cards to help fix your mana, Bedhead Beastie and Ruckus Carnival. In fact, here's where you can apply Prevent Trainwreck Draft's principle number 2. Use multicolor cards and dual lands as a signal to lean into a secondary color when your primary color is open. I'd take Ruckus Carnival and lean into red being my secondary color.
Okay, well, Rainbow first pack, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
There's no standout cards. We know we're white and likely to pair it with red. Blue and black are our 3rd most open colors, but we don't want to play white-black since it's one of the worst performing archetypes. There's still a chance we play white-blue. Neither white-red nor white-blue want to play found footage. We could play a Daggermaw Megalodon if we end up in white-blue, so let's take that. Fear of the Dark is probably the right pick here, but since I see no path where we care, I'm taking the Leyline Mutation since it's a rare that earns us 20 gems. Happy to see a Shepherding Spirit because it does help confirm that white is open. Same with Living Phone.
I don't think I'm ever playing that one. Walk-in Closet, play lands in the graveyard, and then you can do something. That one's kind of a weird one. What am I most likely to play? I guess I want to play green. Maybe Splashing Rip. Fungus is good. Fear Being Hunted, probably good. Bottomless Pool's good. I didn't really get any blue, though. I think I'm just going to take the green card.
Here's where 3 Omega thinking he's green, which was the least open color in Pack 1, hurts him. We know we're playing white. We can limit our counts to red and blue at this point, but we don't count pick 1 as there's no signals to read. Notable cards in these colors are Bottomless Pool and Fear of Being Hunted. While we prefer to pick a white card, no white card stands out. We had a stronger red signal than blue signal in Pack 1, so we should take the Fear of Being Hunted.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, these are whatever. Alright. I'm not sure where this is going. Survivor. I think Thresher is probably one of the stronger cards in this pack. There's an MBS. There's another Emergence. I think I'm happy to just lean into green right now. I think this Survivor's fine. Yeah.
Notable cards are Veteran Survivor, Grand Entryway, Twist Reality, Most Valuable Slayer, and Ticket Booth. Add 1 to blue and 2 to red. The best card in the pack is Veteran Survivor, and it's in your primary color. We take that.
Let's take Thresher. And then the Beastie, or Centipede, okay. Midnight Mayhem is an option, but I don't think we're going to be Boros. I think we would be potentially Naya? Green, red, white? At this point, I definitely want to be green. So I think Centipede or Beastie makes sense to me. Maybe Centipede's more important if I'm going to be doing like 3-color deck. I just like this one though. Artifact creature, 1 mana, helps you get the Delirium too.
Getting a Midnight Mayhem here locks me into white-red. Let's take that and abandon our count. Note, if we saw a good white-blue signpost, I'd continue the count since blue was a lot less open than red in Pack 1. I don't necessarily expect to be hooked up too strongly with white and red cards in Pack 2's direction, since they were open to our seat in Pack 1, but I'm confident we'll be hooked up in Pack 3. Take the Midnight Mayhem.
Let's take that one. Oh. Two drop Teddy, artifact creature. 3 mana Vicious Clown, me with a 1 mana Survivor, another Twins. This pack just feels awful. I probably want a Horrid Vigor if I'm going to go for the green-white stuff.
Options include Veteran Survivor or Unsettling Twins. You want more cheap plays for this deck, so I'm taking Veteran Survivor.
I think that really helps with the survival. Another Thresher. This is a late Unnerving Grasp, I feel like. Another Thresher? That's so many 4s. Like, I kind of want the Glimmerlight or the Flesh Burrower. I don't have any 2s if I'm going green-white. I think the Death Touch could help with survival. I kind of just want this Thresher, though. It's very strong. Or can be. I feel like I need the 2. Either Glimmerlight or Flesh Burrower.
Here, options include Friendly Ghost, Most Valuable Slayer, Turn Inside Out, and Glimmerlight. I'm taking Glimmerlight as an early play that helps beef all your creatures up later on.
Friendly Ghost, also 4 mana. It's 5 mana here. What about Manifesting Dread? What do we have so far? Just with the Twins? Oof, I really don't like playing this without a lot of Manifest Dread. You can take the Beastie, but that's another 5 power. This actually wants different powers. I think I'm going to take the 3-drop and just for curve purposes. Oh, I don't like this.
Here, options include Untimely Malfunction and Friendly Ghost, and I'm taking the Friendly Ghost.
Don't like this. 2-drop Cheerleader. Alright. There's a hand that feeds here also, if we wanted to go that direction. It felt like white was more open than red. This fits more with the delirium if I do that.
Here, options include Acrobatic Cheerleader or Hand That Feeds. Hand That Feeds has higher upside late with Delirium, so I'm taking that.
Okay, I wanted one of these, at least one. With the Survivor stuff, I might even play multiple. I don't think I'd ever play this removal. Or like, only if I'm really desperate for interaction. There's another Soul Rager here, but...
Here there's no excellent choice. I'd probably take Grab the Prize as a playable, but plan to cut it.
But multiple cursed recordings going around. What about the Walking Closet? Play lands from the graveyard, and then get to redo something? Or like replay something from the graveyard? Only that turn? I mean, I really don't think I'm playing anything here.
Same situation here. I'm taking Cursed Recording for the gems.
Okay. Did not expect this much red. And black, even.
He could have expected the red if he didn't lock into green so quickly and noticed the cards coming his way in pack 1. It's Vengeful Possession or Ticket Booth here. I'd contemplate the Blazemire Verge, it's just that red-white really doesn't want to splash. I'd take the Ticket Booth to ensure I have the right 2 to 3 drop creature count. It helps turn on Delirium for the Hand That Feeds, and can be a finisher for my friendly ghosts.
The Midnight Mayhem Wield. I think I just made the 3-drop, though. Like, I need to be playing green. I guess maybe you could splash that, but
When you find the 2 most open colors, you'll be gifted your Signpost Uncommon late. This is why it's important to trend towards what's open in pack 1. It allows you to adjust your colors before it's too late. Yes, this is the same Midnight Mayhem we picked in pick 3, but the fact that it wheeled despite the fact that 3 Omega hasn't been cutting off Boros cards means we definitely found the right lane, and I'm counting this in our final deck. Midnight Mayhem it is.
I guess maybe you could splash that, but I think that 3-drop is okay.
We're gifted a Vicious Clown for our 2 Midnight Mayhems. And we're gifted a Friendly Ghost.
I mean, that helps get survivals through, but that's way too many 4s for me. That's a bomb. Okay. I'm doing green-white, I guess. I think I've only drafted this once before. And I'm not even sure it made the deck. There's a Brood Spinner, another Midnight Mayhem. Yeah, maybe red-white was where I was supposed to be. That late Mayhem on the last pack. You could maybe even wheel this one too, and then this would have been good, but let's take it.
We open up a bomb in Dollmaker's shop, and it's the only choice. And he's right, we're likely to wheel the 3rd Midnight Mayhem as well.
I guess I'm maybe more likely to play Friendly Ghost than Unsettling Twins. That's a really good removal, and there's a 3rd Midnight Mayhem. Because, like, if I have survival cards, the Friendly Ghost helps me get that through, rather than the Twins is just kind of going wide. I'd feel like this is better in Boros. I was about to cut the Friendly Ghost, but I think I might actually be more likely to play it. This is very good removal, though. I wouldn't mind Grand Entryway now, or if Exposure would have been okay. Here's a dual land.
And we get a Mythic Uncommon in Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, and we have a 4th Midnight Mayhem that might wheel.
Can't pass Sheltered by Ghost, I think. It's a weird green-white. We have Delirium cards. Here's another Delirium card we could take. I think Split Up is really strong. Again, I haven't really had this. It is situationally strong, but when it's good, it's really good. I'd like threats from around every corner, or threats around every corner, but I have so many 4s as well. Could take Centipede or Expanse. I think this is really strong, though.
Split Up is a highly variable card depending on your deck. In White-Red, it can be very strong since you're always attacking and your opponent is always blocking. Attack out, let some creatures die, then destroy all your opponent's blockers. I'm taking Split Up.
I think this is really strong, though. I'm going to play it. Do I just need this? Just a 3-drop? I don't think I want Goat. Haunted Screen? This is an enchantment creature, so it can help with the Delirium cards that we have, these Threshers and the Beastie. I don't think I'd play the Unwanted Remake.
Our removal suite has been a little light, so I'm taking Impossible Inferno here.
Okay, we'll take this removal spell. Man, I just don't have 2s. 2-mana creatures. I didn't prioritize that enough, I guess. I don't know.
Seized from Slumber adds to our removal count. We take that.
Greenhouse. That's a gift? Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Red-white was where it was at. Here's an Arabella. Would have had how many Midnight Mayhems? Happy with this doll, though. Artifact creature, minimum it loots. Maybe just draws a card. It is a toy, so it doesn't work with the doll maker's shop, but it's okay.
It's a little too late to figure out Red-White was the place, but I'm hoping you're learning from the principles of preventing Trainwreck drafts to find out your place by mid-pack 2, if not late pack 1. Here you have to pick between 2 great options in Split Skin Doll and Arabella. But I'm taking Arabella here, especially with all your incoming Midnight Mayhems.
And then this is a 2 for me. I think I need that over the Say Its Name.
There's no shot in me playing any of these cards. I'm taking Enduring Tenacity for the gems.
Probably not playing the Goat, but if I had to, I don't think I'd ever splash anything else here, right? I didn't get any Expanses. The only duel I have is red-white.
I'm a little light on early drops. I'm taking the Possessed Ghost just in case I'm desperate.
The Goat might make the deck right now. How many creatures? I might want this 4/4. But I think Jump Scare is pretty good for me with the survival creatures. Let's take that.
I'm taking the Jump Scare and playing it. Unfortunately, the Midnight Mayhem didn't wheel. I'm wondering if it would have wheeled in our draft path, since we'd be cutting off all the good white and red cards much earlier. Picks 10 to 14, none of it matters, so I'm just going to let this run, and then we'll take a look at his draft deck.
Let's take that. Another Grand Entryway, I'm happy with that. Happy enough anyway. What about an Emerge from... We're not playing another Goat. I might play this. Probably not. Right now I want to cut this Inspector. I don't have any Manifest Dread cards. I guess I have one here that I kind of wanted to cut. Alright, well, not nearly as happy with this draft as I was with the first one. It'd be cool if we could get a win or two. I think I'm just cutting this Inspector because I don't really have Manifest cards, right? Yeah. I think I'm cutting the Twins anyway. 15 creatures plus... Grand Entryways are creatures. You pull out combat tricks and removal spells. think I'm going to keep the Friendly Ghost. What are the actual survivor cards here? A Veteran, Cheerleader, and Rip. I think the goat is whatever. I'm like just playing it because I'm lacking 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 cheap creatures. But like with the vitality, I think I do want cheap creatures. You can tap for mana. Does Emerge from Cocoon make any sense here? We're gonna be milling here. But like in a Planeswalker or a Planecycler. Yeah. Where did we see that first Midnight Mayhem? Was that end of pack? That wasn't in pack 1, right? I think it was near the end of pack 2. If that was the end of pack 1, I think I would have just taken it and tried to make Boros work. But I think it was end of pack 2, and I was kind of forcing green because of the vitality and the Threshers that we had. So our card type split for the Dillingham seems decent. Enchantments, artifacts, sorcery, yeah. Could I maybe cut a land here? I guess we got mana sinks here. And then this, we really want to get to 6 mana, so I guess not. Well, hopefully, yeah, Sheltered by Ghosts, the Split Up, Dollmaker's Shop, maybe even Rip. Like, hopefully these are some bombs that get me somewhere, but definitely not feeling great about this. And I'm going to pause the video here. Okay, I'm back. I don't think I want to play this walk-in closet. You know, there's no eerie triggers from it. There's no... I think I'm just going to run it as is. It looks kind of medium to me, but maybe, like I said, some of the bombs can carry me. Really have not played much green-white. Let's do it.
3 Omega went 1-1 with his deck. I think he made the most of his deck, and heck, he had the same record as I did in that draft. He also did recognize towards the end of the draft that he should have been in white-red. It's just that he recognized that too late. There weren't strong signals to indicate that white-red was open, but I'm hoping that the principles of Prevent Trainwreck drafts shows how small signals can help you move into the most open colors as quickly as possible. Now let's compare how our final draft deck looked. We have 7 early drops. I wish we had more, and that's perhaps the biggest weakness of our deck, but we can make up for that by going a bit bigger. Part of what makes red-white so good is that it's relentless and even plays well in the mid to late game, so our bombs also help with that. Vicious Clown is good with our Midnight Mayhems, Fear of Being Hunted is strong, and our Tunnel of Hate gives us more late game power, especially with our Friendly Ghosts. We also have Unsettling Twins, and all this Manifest Dread helps power our late hand that feeds an Impossible Inferno. We have Fear of Immobility to help clear the way, as well as things like Jump Scare, Split Up, Seize from Slumber, and Impossible Inferno. Now let's look at what we cut. We really just cut the Possessed Goat and Grab the Prize, and Shepherding Spirits. They're all just not powerful enough to play. I'm not saying it's a perfect deck, but it's one I'm happy to compete with in the Arena Open, especially in that difficult seat, and one I'd expect to cash with. The Arena Open left us with a lot of interesting drafts to review. In our next episode, I'll probably review DeFore's Arena Open Draft 1, and might even reference the principles of all of our other draft review episodes, including Avoid Drafting a Bad Deck, Only Fight for One Color at Most, Find Your Lane, and this Prevent Trainwreck Drafts episode. If you'd like me to make that episode, hit the like button and the notification bell to see when it drops, and I'll see you in the next one.